Hey Star Wars fans, with the fourth and final season of Star Wars Rebels in full swing, there are a lot of questions about what is going to happen to the crew of the Ghost as they work towards beginning the official rebellion that we've come to love in Episode 4, A New Hope. While there are multiple characters whose future are in limbo, this video is going to focus on the main characters, Kanan and Ezra, and why they are both going to survive to the end of Star Wars Rebels. And while this is complete speculation and theory, I am going to venture a guess and say that both Kanan and Ezra will survive until the end, but neither of them will continue to be Jedi by series end. At least not Jedi in the same sense of the word. So it's important to note that Lucasfilm and Disney are willing to keep Rebels as part of the same universe or canon as the Skywalker saga, as shown in Rogue One with Chopper, Hera, and the Ghost all a part of that movie. And so it's important to start off by talking about the connective tissue to the new movies, so all of that will be addressed here. It may jump around a bit, so pay close attention. Let's start with Star Wars Rebels going back to Season 3. Kanan had told Ezra that he had nothing left to teach him, which would seemingly foreshadow his imminent demise. But I feel that Kanan has a significant amount more to teach Ezra, and that is what is going to keep them both alive, and also why neither of them appear in the original trilogy, specifically making reference to Luke being the last of the Jedi. Now, this may sound a bit weird, so let's rewind earlier into Season 3 when Kanan meets with the Bendu. The Bendu is the character who has said that he does not take sides because he stands directly in the middle between the Ashla and the Bogan, or the light side and the dark side of the Force, as it were. We'll address this in just a second. Now, the Bendu tells Kanan when he shows him the Sith holocron that it can be used for both good and evil, and that the person who is using it has the power to choose for themselves. Now, this is going to be important to this theory as we continue on. Under the Bendu's tutelage, Kanan learns how to suppress his fears and anxieties, quieting the dark side that he feels within. That as a result of becoming blind and finding a new type of Jedi sight, as it were. Now, we've already seen Ezra during Season 3 experience both light side and dark side, and he felt a pull between both of them. So it's my theory that Rebels is laying the groundwork for where the Skywalker saga is headed, and why both characters will make it through to the end. You don't have to be a Star Wars fan to know that the Jedi and Sith are two opposite sides of the same coin, with the Jedi believing in justice and freedom, and the Sith believing in power and oppression. It's fair to say that you're either Jedi or Sith, and there is not middle ground between them. Now, fast forward to December's Last Jedi, and it's becoming more apparent that we are going to see Kylo Ren and Rey, both light side and dark side respectively, embrace both sides of the Force to achieve a Force balance, or a balance within the Force. I only want to draw a reference to this and not make the video about The Last Jedi. So let's talk about the naming conventions of characters. Luke is considered to be a Jedi because he believes in all that the Jedi were trying to be about. However, Kylo is not considered a Sith, at least according to a 2015 interview by J.J. Abrams, who said he works under Supreme Leader Snoke, who is a powerful dark side of the Force user. Now, let's assume that these labels apply to all Force users. If Kanan is learning that there is a balance to the Force from the Bendu, and one can simply be in the middle, it seems logical that Kanan will likely teach this to Ezra, and both of them will cease to be Jedi in the sense of the word, and simply become Force users, or what people are now referring to as Grey Jedi. Not quite the Jedi, but not quite the Sith. They will have choice, as the Bendu alluded to earlier. This will allow for Yoda to tell Luke that under his tutelage, the last of the Jedi, he will be. With this refined Jedi sight, so to speak, my guess is simply that Ezra and Kanan will realize that they can no longer be part of this battle and are part of something bigger, leaving the Resistance by series end, but finishing the series completely alive, just with a better refined Jedi sight. As always, this is complete speculation, but let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to tune in to Star Wars Rebels as we will work towards the series end and see if this theory holds any type of water.